we can
Yeah.
start. Yes, great. So, Jan, how are you? Where are you now? Are you in France or where are you now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Lyon. We all live in Lyon now till I don't know 10 years now. It's in the middle of France. And I was in Paris yesterday because I saw the Nine Inch Nails gigs and it was pretty awesome. And tomorrow we are going to Madrid for Mad Cool Festival.
That was impressive for you because this really impressed because you all the time are traveling, you all the time are looking for concerts, for shows, for I think you are looking for inspiration all around the world. And I was listening to your music. Well, first of all, thank you for your time here in Headbanger Latin America. We are a media from Mexico to Argentina, Uruguay, Chile. So it's really nice to hear new music here with us. And welcome to this talking. And especially talking about Nine Inch Nails, that is something really interesting. I was reading about your music. Is that many music press are talking that you are last training like this new resurrection from Nine Inch Nails. Do you think that you are like a band that is getting this resurrection production from Nine Inch Nails? I think is your more inspiration, but do you think you are like the new band resurrection from the band?
I, I don't know if a resurrection is the right word because they're actually still in a good position and in a good shape. I saw them yesterday and I saw them 2 weeks ago at a Grass Pop Festival, and it was two awesome sets. So yeah, they are definitely in the right place. And if in a way we follow their leads because of course the music of Trent Reznor is a big influence for us. We try to not just try to tell the same story, and just tell our own and write our own chapters and our own music and share last strain music and not just a copy of a copy of a copy, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And also because this new generation music, it's more about, as you said, it's not like the copy. It's like it's your inspiration, but also the things that you want to improve or you want to do with your original music. Like for example, let's talk about this new generation about rock music. It's really interesting, for example, talking about Sleep Talking. Do you know this band?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, they are the fight that it's metal, it's not rock, it's industrial, it's romantic, it's classic. And also hear your music. I like the idea that you want to share a story also with the music videos. And how do you think that new generation are trying to accept in this music that is not like so pure, it's not thrash metal or heavy metal or industrial 100%. How do you think these new generations are getting to involve with this music that is not 100% pure? It's with
Yeah.
many other and also contracts musical genres like sleep talking or like you, like it's melancholic, but also it's not totally industrial. How do you get this when you also are making new music or new albums?
It's actually pretty interesting, I think, because yeah, I guess the new generation they just don't care about put a band in a case and just say, yeah, they play this kind of music. It's not happening anymore. And I have this feeling that the fusion, I don't know, in French we say fusion, but
Yes, fusion.
like I
Hmm.
don't know, Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and all that kind of band who mixed different style, kind of music. I guess they don't doesn't exist anymore. It's just that nobody cares about what gender of music you play. You just play the music that you really wanted to share at the moment. And Sleep Token is obviously a good example with that. I just discovered this band called Poppy.
Ah, yes.
Um,
Yeah, this girl. But
yeah, this singer, and I heard that she played pop music before playing the actual material. But I think it's really interesting just knowing that if you want to do whatever you want to do, you can do it now. In 2025, and you are not stuck in one gender of music, and yeah, I think it's way better in that way.
And also, you have been in, like a Last Train band since 2010, and it's 15 years of Last Train. How do you live each by day this evolution in the music? Because 10 years it was totally different than it is now, and also the tours, also the recording. Also in 2010 there were recordings, and now it's more like in the social media. How for you is each by day trying to make music and in front this new technology and also the censura I forgot how to say in English the censorship also that now sometimes it's so risky to write letters or lyrics that could I don't know hurt other ones in this to 2000 to 2025 now.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's it's funny because we are not so old, but you're totally right. We can just realize that there is a lot of change, and there's a lot of change in the last 10 years. Um, we were pretty young when we began the band, and I don't really know if we had the overview, the big picture of
Yes.
everything of the industry, and so I don't know if I'm legit to talk about what changed in 10 years, but I'm pretty sure that we were not stuck on our phones like we are
Yes.
today, every time and every time. And it blew my mind. Like we went in on three different festivals next week, previous week, and we spent so many times on the socials, working with the guy at the video, working with the guy at the photos,
Mhm.
for the post, for the reels, for everything, for the TikTok shit, for the in live video when we jump on stage, and yeah, for sure, 10 years ago, we just didn't think about it. We
Mhm.
just thought about playing the best show as we can. And obviously, today there's a lot of different tools we have to use, we need to use. I don't know, maybe we can just choose to not use them. But Last Train is a long story, and I guess with the guy we are totally agree to embrace it, embrace the fact that it's just take a long time to do it, and so we learn a lot of things through social medias. So yeah, I just regret that it takes too much time, too many time we don't have.
Yes, exactly. Because it's something that I notice in your music and in your production is more about the audiovisual that is not so common in this 2025. I was remember, for example, I was watching your video that it was more like documental from I forgot the name. Oh, let me. Well, okay, that it's a video from 2022 and it was really cool how you I don't know if you first think about the story or the lyric or then you make the video or it was mixing with the story, but the thing is that now in this 2025 it's not common to do that. I remember, for example, I'm a huge fan for comparte. I remember when they made this kind of audiovisual with anesthesia and you recovered that in the music. How is to you to try to find this inspiration making this now in 2025 and try to make that risk to say okay, this is not only the music but also the audiovisual and people need to risk more than the social networks, and it's really cool. How do you make this inspiration now and how it works in all your albums, because in all your albums you have also surprise a documentary and now you work with the orchestra. In the future let me talk more about that, and how is it difficult now to take that risk in these times?
It's a good one. I guess we just don't ask ourselves this question so much. We just try to share music and to share visuals, um, which seems to be the more connected with what we have in the heart and in mind. And we are totally aware that it's pretty beside what industry wants, what all radios want, what TV and promo and marketing um, is efficient, but it doesn't have to be successful to be real. I
That's true.
guess we release different pretty long song. We love to write long song. You know, like
Yes.
the big picture is 10-minute songs. The song you were talking about is
Yes.
How
Did
Did
you
We Get There? And
exactly? Did we get
yeah,
there? Sorry.
it's like I don't know a 20-minute songs or
Yes.
something like this. And there's actually yeah a video clip um, which is a mini film actually. And we realized that working on that material uh, didn't mean that we don't go on tour or we cannot do promo on anything. It's just that sometimes we have the feeling that the industry says uh, now this is the format to just go on radio and be on
Mm-hmm.
air and everything
Yes, you
and
need
just
to.
everyone say oh yeah okay let's go for it and actually it's not right and because we released this song and we were on playlist on Spotify and whatever and
Yes.
on radio and we were on tour all over Europe and we sold a lot of tickets with that release so I guess you just have to try and yeah try to share what like I said before you have in the heart and not thinking about what could be successful
Exactly.
so yeah, I don't know if I gave the right
Yes.
answer to your question, but it's
No,
just
yes.
the fact that we don't think about it so much. And there's another point which is really important is the fact that we are totally independent.
Exactly.
So we do whatever we want. We are lucky enough today to work with beautiful teams around us, with PIAS, with booking agents everywhere in Europe and in different other countries. But all these partners just understood the need that we had to be totally independent. So we can just produce the music that we want.
And also being independent is not a meaning of not want to grow up or go in more than just only being independent and in one place. I'm asking that because I know that you want now you road travel around the world. You have been in Spain, you are going to a tour in other weeks, and now you are interested in the Latin American Mexican audience. How why do you want to now conquer Mexico and to conquer Latin America? And what it makes you feel what is attractive for you from Latin America especially? What makes you attractive to say now let's go to this audience? Because well, many people say that Latin America is short, but sometimes when we are looking the tours, they are biggest and sometimes are difficult. But you want to do it. How is it attractive to you to be in Latin America?
To be honest, there's a lot of people who say to us that there is a huge rock audience where you guys are living, and it's not the fact in every country that we are touring, and I always have these memories of watching huge shows of I don't know Foo Fighters, Oasis, and all that stuff. You know, in huge stadium and all the audience singing out loud all the lyrics from the first word to the last word, and I'm always like, "But people are crazy down there," and I'm like, "Yeah, we definitely have to come down because." We are really involved in the show. There's a
Okay.
lot of energy. There's a lot of um, I don't know, a lot of tears, a lot of blood, a lot
Uh,
of sweat, because we always plays a show like if it's the last one every time, and I'm pretty sure that it could be a good match with this really involved audience as well. You know
yes.
what I mean? The fact that just yeah, two entity can connect easily.
Yeah, exactly. And also because France and Latin America has a lot of common, A lot of we have seen in France many revolution march, many people that are asking for their for rights. I think you have many things in common, and also in common is in Latin America, it's about the censorship that and censor that. But there are places especially in Mexico that say no, there's no play any kind of genres of any kind of music. Do you have that problem in France too? That you said, okay, we could have this problem, but also the music that you made sometimes it's a microphone to the new generation and for the last generations and for everyone that want to share what they feelings against I don't know a system a government how also that connect with Latin American friends. Do you think that also your music is like a microphone for express what is happening now in the world?
I guess in a way it's the purpose of art and the music, but all the other arts and I guess this is quite common of everywhere in the world. The fact is that even if everything is politic and we are convinced that everything is politic, we are not a political band. We
Exactly.
um,
Mhm.
we just want to share feelings and yeah, emotions and to actually take people out of the yeah the day to day and for a moment be in another moment in another place. So yeah, I guess in a way, for sure, yeah, for sure, because it's the purpose of arts, but I hope it's not the only point.
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah, I liked how you say that we're not politic back, but we are a band that you can raise your voice with our music, and that's really true. Sometimes we need more to the music to be emphatic with the people than to be political, and that's cool. That's something really cool. I really like to hear about the new bands, and also how you want to share with all the Latin American people because sometimes politics is not the answer. Sometimes the answer is the music and how we can be involved between Latin America and France, and we have more common than we thought. And talking about your participation with the orchestra, that you're playing with the orchestra, it's really hard to do because I remember when, for example, Cypress Hill tried to do it, and well, it was the Simpson parody, but also they did, and now many bands are like also Metallica, many other bands. For you, was how was you working with the orchestra? It's really difficult, as they said. It's because of the music, because of the strict way of how to interpret the music. Tell us more about that because now in the 2000s we can think that it's easier than in the 90s, but I think
mm.
because of your experience, you have another way to watch it. How was that experience? Oh, sorry.
It was great. It was a really good exercise for us. Um, yeah, to be transparent, we really uh, we didn't want that it sounds like the Metallica experience orchestra or that kind of experiences where a rock band play with an orchestra, with the orchestra behind the rock band and like they're just few notes on the violas and
Yes.
etc. We really didn't want that at all. We even wanted to actually to put the band out and to be focused on the music. And the point was uh, we need to take the same music, the Last Train's music, but playing by an orchestra.
Hmm.
Just, um, I don't know, like you said at the beginning of this interview, the fact that there's no limit between the different kind of music
Exactly.
and there's it's just um the how you share this music, you know, with a viola, with a electric guitar, with a piano, with something different, but it's the music which really matter. And so we have this in mind, like we don't want to make a rock orchestra
Hmm.
album, and we just need to share our music with another on another day. And so we dig into it and we are. learn how to write music for different new instruments that we never that we really yeah know before. And we worked with someone which is an orchestrateur
Hmm.
in French,
Yeah, you know that.
someone who works.
Mhm.
We yeah, learned a lot of different new instrument. Actually, even the all the synth part of the album and everything. So when I say it's an exercise, it was really that, just the fact that we have to learn. We wanted to learn something new. We wanted to, yeah, put us in a situation where we are not comfortable with, and
Mhm.
we have to challenge ourselves to do it, to do so, and just to kick out the rock part of of this, and to keep
Yes.
focus on the instrumental part and the images we had in mind.
That's interesting because you were more connected with the orchestra and don't well letting the rock be, but also be part of the orchestra. That's interesting. And also talking about that you like the challenge. This is my last question. Well, I want to continue talking with you, but I know you have a lot of time to do. But my last question is, if you will take your last train in an apocalypse, what place would you like to go and why? And also, how will be your last train trip? Talking about your challenge music or your challenge life, how could you be this last train traveling in apocalypse scenario? And what places do you want to go and why?
um I'm kind of a nostalgic guy, so I guess I would go to my parents' place, because yeah, where I grew up, we all grew up in small villages in the east of France, where there's a lot of green, a lot of forest, a lot of farmers and everything.
A lot of wine, I think.
Actually, there's good wine too, but
Hmm.
the good wine in France is it's
In
in
Lyon.
this, yeah, just up to Lyon.
Okay.
But there's yeah, I guess, like, I never think about it, but yeah, I guess I'll go back to something simple, not looking for something so special. And what is the second part of the question?
Yeah, if, which part would you like to go and how will be your last train trip experience?
Oh yeah, the last one.
Hmm.
Um, I love taking train actually. I take the train all the time, really. I love to travel, and I travel a lot with trains, by train. I hope it will be, even if it's the apocalypse, and even if I know it's the end, I hope it will be as quiet as possible, because I love the quiet places, and I love when you when silence, when you can hear the different noises, because there's a lot of silence, and every little small little noise, you can clearly hear it, because there's a lot of silence. So I hope the train doesn't make so much noise, and people don't get crazy because it's the end of the world, and that they wanted to go in the south and I wanted to go in the north, and so
Yes.
people just gonna say, no, no, I just want it uh, smooth, with a good soundtrack album in my ears, and yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Everyone getting crazy, but okay, that I
Yeah.
think that's why
Chill
music.
out.
Yeah, I think that's why your music is like that. Like just travel with the music and flow on and
Yeah.
get in the music and get into the visuals again to in a last train trip. That's really awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your time. I will just another last thing that I want to ask you. Can you please say something for our headbanger Latin America that they don't know you, but with this interview we want to be interested about your music and just a little few words from to Latin American people.
I guess, yeah. Last Train is a friendship story. We met when we were 12. We started the band. We didn't know how to play guitars and how to play drums, and we learned together, the four of us together. And today we are lucky enough to tour all around Europe, to play in the main festivals, main venues all around Europe. And um, I guess it's not because we are better musicians than when we were 12. I just guess that because there is this friendship and a lot of, yeah, emotion, a lot of feelings on stage. Like I said before, we are so involved in every minute of every show. There's a lot of energy, a lot of tears. And that's what we love in music. That's what we hope we share when we are on stage. And so we just can't wait to share it with you guys and to come someday in Latin America.